Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. I just made my Dinger Tuesday video. I've got NBA Threesday on my mind now. I got to pick up my daughter in 45 minutes, so I am in a Tuesday scramble, but that's okay. I wouldn't want it any other way. As always, if you have the $10 and $25 version of this promo, play it and don't ask questions. If you have the $50 version, I'm going to say that it's on you, and if you have a large bankroll and you're fine with it, people are going to argue that it's EV. Last week, I couldn't even get $50 down on anybody an hour before tip-off, so I skipped out last week because I just didn't have any options. This week, I already got $50 down on a player at plus 650, so make it make any sense, Draftkings. You can't. If you want to follow me on TikTok, I would appreciate it very much. I post smaller sports betting-related content there. I track every team's players' first three. If they make it, it's green. If they miss it, it's white. I'll attach the link in the description if you want to kind of see who's hot as of late. That data then gets pulled and sorted by the team. As always, I think getting value early and locking in a bet early before noon, before 3 p.m. is the best because we've seen some lines tank. And I will say that if there are some spots that I point out in the next few minutes where I say I wouldn't play this for 50, but I think it has value, that's where I would maybe put some of your smaller free bets if you have any on Draftkings. It can kind of hedge your bet, so to speak, on these Tuesdays and Thursdays, which can be volatile. DraftKings, if you're listening, make this so that it's $25 across all accounts. Give us 50 cents per three and make it so that we can play every single game, kind of like Dinger Tuesday. That would be awesome. I would appreciate it. Today's slate is massive, guys. Nearly every team in the NBA is playing, except the Cavs and maybe 1 to 4 other teams. For that reason, I've limited this video to the top 5 games. I'm only going to go over A and B rated games today. And then at the end, I will tell you some value spots across all games. So we'll start with Dallas and Charlotte, which should return over a $25 free bet. And if you're just looking at the names, you shouldn't be surprised. PJ Washington continues to be him on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know that a lot of people have cashed his number as of late. He's at 550 again. If I'm looking at this game and I want value, I'm going to target Bridges. I know this ratio isn't amazing, 5 makes on 13 attempts, but his volume is so high, and at 7-1, I think it's worth a flyer. Grant Williams is someone who does not always start for Charlotte, but if he starts tonight, he has taken 2, and he's only started 3 to 4 games. So again, small sample size, but in terms of percentage, it's pretty high. So Grant Williams would be a good flyer as well. I know Luka and Kyrie are going to draw a lot of attention, as they should. Kyrie at 4-1, I think, is fair. I don't like dipping below 300, so I would stay off Luka, which means he's probably going to hit, right? Mikic at 10-1, a guy who shot 5 times for Charlotte, maybe a good play too. I don't think you can go wrong here. I think this game returns its value. That's the first of the 5 best. The next is Miami and Atlanta, and part of it is just because Atlanta does not play defense and they shoot a lot of threes. Tyler Herro has been coming off the bench since he's returned from injury, but it looks like he's starting tonight with Duncan Robinson being hurt. The player that catches my eye is Jovic down here at 7-1. Looking at Miami, he shot the second most on the team outside of Duncan Robinson, who is not playing tonight. So if you want volume, again, looking at Jovic here is a good spot. I realize the data is skewed, though, because Tyler Herro has not been in, so his data is not accounted for. So, there's your warning. DeAndre Hunter at 6.5-1, I think, is good, and Bogdanovich even at 5-1 is okay. I would stay off this game. I don't think this is the top game of the 5 I've listed, but it is certainly an option. Boston and Milwaukee is probably the top game. Without a doubt, this is the game that I would play 9 times out of 10, probably. And I think you get good value here. And it's because a lot of these guys can't hit. Malik Beasley comes in at the top spot, which is bizarre to me. Tatum is next, which is also bizarre to me. I mean, look at his numbers. He shot 3 and made 1 since the All-Star break. And, I mean, there's plenty of other options on this team that have a higher volume. Damian Lillard at 5-1, I think, is value, which is crazy to say. 13 on the team, leads the team by double, and has made 4. Derek White continues to fall short. 7 attempts, second most on the team, has not made 1 yet, and I wrote him early, and I wrote him often pause, and it's been disappointing. Kristaps Porzingis is the guy I locked in personally tonight for $50, and hopefully I can get a $35 free bet back and not stress. 6.5-1, I think, is about fair. Made 4 out of 6 attempts, so that's good. Brook Lopez isn't bad at 10-1. I think there's a lot of value here because there's a lot of guys that can hit, and hopefully they hit constantly. This is just rolling a 12-sided dice and hoping for the best. It's going to be a crapshoot, but it should return value. Sacramento and OKC, Chet at the top, as he should be, 15. 15 attempts and 5 makes. Lou Dort not far behind with 12 and 4, and he's priced at 6-1, which I think is pretty reasonable. Ellis and Fox and Murray are the best for the Kings, and you see that represented here. But I do think there's value on Ellis. 4 makes and 7 attempts at plus 750 is pretty good. Nothing else jumps out at me. Maybe Harrison Barnes at 8-1, but actually, no. Golden State and the Lakers is the last game that we will talk about before we talk about the value spots. Curry's always going to be this low. I'm shocked to see Russell at 310, especially for a guy who shot only 3 and made 1. Roy Hachimura, 9 attempts, 6 makes, 11-1. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to do. If you're someone who wants to yap about value, why are you not betting Roy Hachimura right now? Draymond Green has shot 4, which is the second most on the Warriors. Made 1. He's sitting at 17-1. Probably wouldn't play him. Clay, I think is fair at 425. Reeves, I don't think is a bad bet at 6-1. Wiggins even at 7-1. But I will be putting a free bet on Roy Hachimura at 11-1. That's too good. Not saying he's going to hit, but I'm saying if he was always offered at 11-1 and you would have played him, you'd be up massive. So there you have it. Value spots outside of the 5 best games. So if you got a free bet and you just want to throw it on something to have fun, Andrew Nimbard for the Pacers has hit a few. He's 950. RJ Barrett for Toronto has hit a few. He's 12-1. Kobe White for the Bulls has hit a few, 8-1. Jordan Poole had a crazy stretch about a week ago where he hit 3 or 4 in a row for his team, 7-1. Wendell Carter has been streaky, more so a month ago. He was hitting 950. Taylor Hendricks and Bryce Sensabaugh continue to put up threes for Utah since Lauri Markkanen has been out, both at 750. I like those spots. Beal and Mann are good at 8 and 11-1. And Ryan Rupert, a guy not many people have heard of, has taken a lot of early threes for the Blazers. He comes in at 7-1. That's what I got for you today. As always, I can't express my appreciation towards you guys for supporting the channel, for supporting me, for supporting my Reddit posts. Guys, this is my dream. All right, I quit my teaching job. I want to make content about sports and sports betting full time. And the more you guys come back and like and share and comment and tell your friends, hey, there's this dude who just talks about 3-point shots on YouTube. You should check him out. That helps me a ton. So Green Beans Go is here for a good time and a long time, as Drake could have said. That's all I got for you. We'll see you Thursday, hopefully.